there. You're tuned in right now to the sounds of the Funk Hunters.
Anybody lost looking to get found, know it when they hear the champion sound. Works like a magnet on the people all around, know it when they hear the champion sound. Anybody loving music up in your town, know it when they hear the champion sound.
Great claims have been made for rock music, haven't they? That they have sort of helped and inspired and lubricated a change of feeling, changes of attitude towards the way society conducts itself, and so on and so forth. Do you think these claims are justified?
Music is a spiritual medium, there's no doubt about it. It's an elevator of the spirit. I mean, you listen to certain pieces of classical music in order to get a specific high. I mean, it's like almost like a meditative process. You listen to the Alleluia chorus to become spiritually elevated. You know, I mean, there are rock songs that do that to me. They elevate me as much, if not more. These little three-chord wonders.
Microphone check, microphone.
West Coast represent y'all.
Microphones. Microphone checking. All right, we're good. Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's hop into some Bitcoin stuff. So we've come down to our, about our 15-minute strong low here,
You're now listening to the sounds of the Funk
in which we would hold our 15-minute range bullishly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is more than 15 minutes at this point in time. What is this now? It holds there. It holds on the 1 hour. It holds on the 2 hour. Yeah, okay. I stand corrected. It's like a 2 hour strong low. Where's the 4? 4 hours down here. Yeah, dude, this market structure's trash up here. Guys, this can't hold up forever. I'm gonna tell you right now, it just can't hold up forever. Ooh, but I just found a 4 hour order block. That has not been tapped. So whatever. All I'm saying is market structure is still bullish for the time being. I'm just gonna look at some smaller time frames. We'll clean some of this other up. So hopefully I'll get everything out of my head that I'm thinking about Bitcoin. We'll see if it works. Okay, so we hit a level that I was interested in, right? And we're seeing a little bit of a change of structure here, and we're seeing some things like higher lows and higher highs post some change of structure. But I do have a concern about this. I'm gonna cover that with you. That's where I took a Bitcoin short yesterday. Now I just targeted the low and I was out, right? You had a small low time frame transition inside of here, and created supply, retested it. You had another like 1 minute transition in here. My issue here is it's always about I have a return to zone issue, and my return to zone issue looks like this. First of all, let's get this down here. Let's get this stuff. It's just gonna go away. So price came up and nipped all of that prior to hitting the level. That is a removal of sell side liquidity prior to an interaction with that low. That is not the bullish way to get to the low. It's not. So yes, you have structure between here and here that can flip bullishly, but I find this, look at this. Look at where they drew in the sellers here, or I'm sorry, the buyers here, just to, this is a liquidity operation. This is a pure liquidity operation here. And it's not one that indicates that, it's not one that indicates that the bulls are in control, right? The primary function of doing something like this is, what was yesterday's session? Yeah, you had so many people in New York that were hiding their stop losses here as price crawled down. You had people in Tokyo that were hiding their stop losses. This looks like a bearish removal of liquidity. That's just what it looks like to me. So, let's clean some of this stuff up. Bruh. Yeah, just make it all go away. Make it all stop, right? So what does that mean? That means it's hunting something lower. And that lower is likely not this low, but due to market structure, this is the first place I have to look. It's the first place I have to look. So this becomes a very important piece of market structure here, in my opinion. And I say that because all the things I just said. That was a liquidity operation powered by bearish momentum. And so if we clear this today, I think there's a high probability that we will rotate up to here. But that's if we clear that, okay? So what do we got below us that we could look to? We have this low's dead. It's been tapped. Go away. Oh, you know what? We'll just move you. We'll just pluck you right there, bucko. We have a couple lows we could clean, and that 4-hour order block here that has not been tagged yet. This is a dog fight up here, y'all. This is an absolute dog fight. Where's Monday's low? I remember because I traded it. Yeah, here. So Monday's low, you had a nice sort of impulse. That impulse ended up, bringing us all the way up to here. So you have your weekly low and your weekly high. So that's our weekly range right there. Let's take a peek at that sucker. Bleh. No, this is fine. That template is fine. I just need the 50% line to be loud and proud in this circumstance. All right, so now we have hit we've hit the 50% of the weekly range of price. What does that mean for anybody who's familiar with the deviation strategy? That means we should be looking for a short up here. To take this week's high in a rotation to this week's low. Okay, so now we've got another idea that we can look at. Oh, bro. This chart seems so fucking messy to me. It's giving me fucking anxiety. It's giving me anxiety. Make it all go away. High remains weak. I just don't want to stare at that shit on my chart. Make this go away. Make this go away. We don't need that. Alright, so let me start off my day with continuing to delete shit off my Bitcoin chart. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Let me start my day off with an alert right here. Let's clean out some alerts here. Yeah, let's just get all these gone. We'll set all new alerts. I don't need these. Yeah, no, I really do want to delete them. Yeah, I really do want to delete them. Come on, bro. Oh, now you want to do it. Cool. Alright. Let's see here if we've got any Yeah, I'm looking for transitions down inside of this zone too. I don't really want to be halfway through that zone. Let's get this moved. Yeah, I'd like to maintain like the sort of equilibrium of that 4-hour order block. It's okay to kind of hit the equilibrium, but you know what I'm saying, right? Now, shame on me because I haven't said good morning to anybody. The NDR, the J Takaoka 01, top of the morning, and hello, Josh Parr and Jay Becker. What's up, people? Now we're all familiar. Jay Becker, buddy, hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, everybody and their mother's looking for this, right? So we don't need to cover this, do we? We don't need to cover that. But we need to be aware of it, right? We need to be aware of it. I would still say, as far as let's look at like a 1 hour or whatever, it's fine. This is your primary low from your up structure from here to here. That's your primary low. We still have unmitigated demand below it. So if let me, here's I think this is the last thing I wanted to spit out of my fucking mouth on Bitcoin is the buyers are not showing up here, guys. The buyers are not showing up here. So we may need to form it. What I'm trying to say is for higher. What may need to happen from just a market liquidity perspective is to form some larger range in this area, and have. Let me redraw this. I don't like the way I'm doing this already. Where was that primary low? It's here. Cool. Yeah, so maybe something that like kind of like challenges that primary low to bring in sellers, trap them. Rotate back up to the high to bring in buyers, trap them. Rotate back down to the low to bring in sellers, trap them. Bring it up, maybe bring it down, form some manner of reaccumulation in this area for higher. I think that would be encouraging for higher. But I do not suspect that higher is going to look like this. It would surprise the shit out of me if higher looked like that. I think I'm just looking at 7 days, so like whatever, like a week or two, and we got price up 11%, 10%. I don't know. It's just not. I'm not feeling these vibes up here, right? For higher, I'm feeling that larger, more extended range that I was just referring to. I'm feeling that if we want higher, but other than that, I'm feeling like if buyers don't show up real quick, that we have to come down and find more buyers. That's kind of where I'm at with the Bitcoins. So there's nothing happening in here that I'm even moderately interested in. I understand that market's opened, but all that's going to happen for me is it's just going to develop a little bit more structure for me to work with, right? Let me turn these sessions off. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we are going to touch this low, right? And that now puts market structure between this high and this low that is obvious to everybody in the world. This would be a very believable break for me. We're gonna hit the low, right? So let's just talk about this. This would be a believable break for me, in which I would look for participation up to this high, and then again, if we can initiate above this high that had the bearish removal of liquidity, then my thesis stays the same. But initiate, not touch. Initiate. then I think there's participation to be had back up to this area. Until then, I think it's actually kind of reasonable to potentially look for short here. No, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. See, I'm having a good week. And so I have no reason to try and tackle my way into a trade here. And due to the fact that we have strong lows underneath us, we have unmitigated 4-hour order blocks, and we have a weak high above us, I don't think I'm going to try and stab a short into this area. Hold on, let me zoom in. So like in this case where you lost your upward structure, taking you to this low. Obviously we broke that low and we left this supply behind that we've had some manner of inefficiency out of, right? Supplies. We left the supplies there. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for participation out of here for something lower. I don't want to do it, and look, for those reasons that we have strong lows and demand down here. So I'm trying to tackle, like in this case, you'd be looking for some retrace in here to look for lower, and that feels like me trying to tackle the quarterback to get in. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. We'll leave it on there for grins and giggles. This low has already been hit, and this is as high as it got us. Was up yonder before it just rolled right over, right? So this doesn't belong here anymore. We can just move it down. I don't know, put it to 15 minute, whatever. It's not a 15-minute low. It's like 2-hour low. That low. I'll remove the label. And start looking down into that demand. But look how big that area of interest is, right? We're gonna need structure down in there. I would never say, oh hey, it's in here. Let's just cover. No, I'm just saying this is an area of interest, and then I need to see. I'm going to be tracking structure between this high and this area here, looking to see if there's something on this structure line that makes sense for a trade back to that piece of structure right here, this guy. And none of that's on the chart yet, so I can't fucking help you there. So, I think I'm done yapping about Bitcoin. What do you guys want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about, man? I suppose it's not totally unreasonable to watch for something to happen here too. That would be after this anyway, because we can all see that that's going to be happening first if we have a bullish response out of there. So yeah, that's going to be where I'm at with this. And top of the morning, Real Talk Trading. What's up, buddy? All right, so now that I'm done kind of yapping about Bitcoin, let's get some stuff cleaned up a little bit more. It's not gonna require if it requires a stop loss that big, you should not be in that trade. In other words, it would look more like an initiation, right? It's either gonna SFP here or it's not. So maybe a touch bigger, but not a bunch. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm done yapping about Bitcoin. I'm gonna go look at some other bullshit. So no range high failure here. Cool. But not at all what I was going to look at. I'm gonna take a look at tether dominance. Let's talk about this, guys. We need to talk about this. We absolutely must talk about this chart. So we'll just start with our most local range here. All right. and I'm talking between this piece and this piece, and I know I'm repeating myself from yesterday, but we have to talk about this, okay? This is well within deviation threshold, and and now I've drawn on it too much. Let's just be aware of that. Let's get some of this shit off of here. I can't stand when shit's all over my chart. Blank button, please go away. Let's be aware of. Let's move it to this one here. This piece of structure right here. This asshole. Look at the quality of that arrow. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. It bare minimum represents primary structure between this high and this low. And so if we really start clearing above here, tether dominance to me says it wants this. I don't know whether it will be capable of taking it, but it's telling me that it wants it, right? And we've got a tiny little 90-minute order block right here. So let's for all you bulls out there, let's hope that order block has got some fucking kick to it. Because if we start rotating back into this range, when we're looking at here, from here to here, if we start rotating back into this range, right? If we come up, rotating into this range, and we can make our way up here and break this high, that tells me that tether wants this, okay? And if tether then can take this, then we're chewing into a whole nother section of tether's range, right? I would say primarily you have 3 ranges on tether right here. Range number 1, range number 2, range number 3. And yeah, so again, you start chewing through this stuff and getting up to here, and then getting up to here, and then if you can break out of this range, you're coming for this. And if you can break out of that, you're coming for this. And if you can break out of that, you're coming for this, which is a much, much larger range that tether's in. And then we're talking about the end of the bear market by that point. So I just, you know me, man. I'm just trying to keep y'all cautious, man. Just trying to keep y'all cautious. God, I ruined this chart. Yeah, we'll keep that line on. So you get the point there. This is... I mean, come on, man. That's looking to form quite the low in here. It's looking to form quite the low in here. So, yeah. All right. Now we can move on to things like Doge and Gun and XMR. Sure. I don't think I heard a Bitcoin alert yet. Brev. I see the bell. I see it. Why, I just didn't hear it, I guess. Whatever. Whatever. Cool. Cool. So, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing on this chart that is going to require immediate attention from me, so we will move right along. Let's go hit up Doge for J Takaoka 01. Okay, so it didn't take the high, but it did hit a 12-hour order block, okay? All right, let's think about this here. So on this high, we really, it's a wick, right? It's not a break. And what do we pull off here? 1.43% move. After that one, a 2.9% move. Okay, fair. But let's be aware that although it has not taken the range high, there is nonetheless resistance here. And yes, this candle did cause quite a move down. It's significant. It's significant. Okay, so yes, there's evidence of heavy market participation having entered inside of that 12-hour candle. We have left another one behind. And now let's take a look. I essentially want to be looking at the range of price from here, from this candle to up here. We'll get down to lower time frames and we'll see what's what inside of there. Okay. There is near fuck all demand left. Near fuck all demand. Did have a 45-minute order block here. May exist on other time frames. I don't care. And then you've got a little piece of demand right here. But I gotta be frank with y'all, man. I have got to be frank with y'all. None of that looks like it's going to work to me. None of that looks like it's going to work to me. No, it doesn't. Now, what kind of structure do we break up here? 45 minutes. Cool. Is it? I actually don't care if it's a higher time frame. I really don't. It's valid on the 2. It's not valid on the. Oh, sorry. It's valid on the 1, not valid on the 2. 1 hour and under. 1 hour and under. Yeah. I'm not seeing the love in here, guys. Let me check a different time frame for this. Yeah, I mean, I think you should be aware of this candle. I gotta be frank, man, none of that shit looks like it's gonna work to me. It just doesn't. Right now, I would place my emphasis on this candle right here. I would be aware that there's a shelf of, for me, supply is still gonna start here. And I think I'd just be looking for a short out of here. And I would be aware of, areas for me that would be worth targeting. Is, well, first of all, you're going to have to retrace from this low back to supply for an entry anyway. So this will be a target. And then I would be aware of, some of the other stuff on here. Follow your structure as you're interacting with areas like this and this. Yeah, I'd be looking for something like that. I think I'd be looking for something like that. I don't, on the lower time frames, what else can we say about it, right? What else can we say about it? We can say that price was going up and failed and created a weak low and rolled back up to supply and rolled back down to the weak low and then tried to form bottoming structure here only to hit I think, did it hit it? No, it missed it. Couldn't even make it to that. Yeah, I'd be looking for a short out of there. I consider this low to be weak. We could probably find 14 other fucking trade ideas on this chart, but why spend all day on the Doge chart, right? That's what I would be looking for. Does USTD going up mean people are taking profits? It means people are selling their crypto and holding USDT. It means the market is going liquid. And markets will go, what does going liquid mean? If all of your worth or money or whatever you want to call it is wrapped up into an asset, then you are not liquid, right? You're tied up in an asset. Going liquid is just going back to cash. So this might be people starting to, go liquid and look for better buying opportunities. What are we going to do next? We got to do Gun. I don't think I've ever even heard of it, man. What a treat. What a treat. Love me a chart I've never seen. Gun Tether Binance. I'd like a Bybit. Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks. Alright, let's start off on the weekly here. Now, I don't have any more history in this, and there likely is more history, right? But I don't think we really particularly need it. I really don't think we particularly need it at all. We can see that people have not been excited about this asset since spring of last year. Nobody's been excited about it since then. Let's go take a look, since we have some. Hold on, let me get me back to the weekly, bro. All right, so we have the point at which price said I can't go any lower, and then we have the point at which price said I can't go any higher, and so we just have a range here. And here's what I'll tell you is every weekly candle inside of this range has there's one exception. There's one exception to this, which is this candle here. Every other weekly candle inside of this range has a much larger top side wick than it does a bottom side wick. This candle was neutral, indicating that people are still trying to find buyers to get rid of their gun onto their face. So I'm not particularly bullish about this until it can show me some manner of accumulation. I need this low here to go, and really I want that low to go. If you can't show me a floor and some manner of accumulation model here, then I don't think this is going to perform well anytime soon. Now we can drop into some of the smaller time frames. I don't know if this is available on perpetual markets. I have no idea. Man. Let's just look in here real quick. So sell side liquidity removal. Sell side liquidity removal. Sell side liquidity removal. The last one that occurred is this one, and its objective was to take out the low that created the high. That's this low, and it hasn't completed its objective yet. So if it is to complete its objective, well then likely it's not going to be breaking this piece of structure bullishly. Right? If you break that piece of structure bullishly, you're likely just attempting to draw in more buyers to offload more on their faces. But could be a short here. The approach is fairly bullish. Your clear demand is here with the removal of buy-side liquidity. It has not been mitigated yet. I'm never going to tell you to long in premium like this. You'll never. If I ever give you that advice, you need to yell at me. I think better opportunities for longs, or I don't know. I mean, like, there might be some love in this area. That's all I can tell you. Whether it has strength to take it back to something like that or not, I think that's very debatable. But there is demand here. Alright, what else we got up in this junk? Okay, so this green line represents the swing high we were looking at. We breach, we top, we come down, we retrace, can't break structure, we top again, come down. It wants this low, it wants this low. I'll show you what I mean. So here's your break at the top on your 5. That is your mitigation. That is your lower high. And then I'd look at this as like a bit of an SFP here, another loss of structure. This is not what it should look like if trying to make an initiation up out of the range we were looking at on the 4 hour. No. No. Negative. Should not look like that. Should not look like that. So let me get back down to the 5. Right now, I would say, bro, get these fucking indicators off of here. Right now, I would hope that you could get retracement to supply it, and I would look to short this area. And I would be targeting things like the low that would create the high that would take you there, right? If, let's just say we retrace to here, this low would then have created this high. That is one target. It's another target. It's so damn close. I don't know if that makes sense. And I honestly, I'd aim for here. If it lets you, I'd aim for there. What else did you have for me? Gun is available on Bit Unix. Cool. You're looking for a short scalp. Right on. XMR. XMR. Where are you? Where art thou? Oh, that Pingu short worked pretty good. XMR. We had thoughts on this at one point in time. Oh, I remember. We were, I was looking at this for, Bearded Mike. We were doing that weekly to 5 or 30-minute market structure on this. Okay, so we have supply up here. And, we have touched thy supply. I don't know if that happened the first or last time I was on this chart. I don't know, and I don't care. All right, we're on the 3 hour. Let's take a look at this. So your 3 hour strong low is right here. God, I hate looking at that giant box of color up here. It just drives me nuts. So you have a 3 hour order block that's resting. That's pretty far below that low, actually. What is that blue line? Go the fuck away. To maintain market structure in a bullish stance, this low here at 404.38 needs to hold. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't experience a slight deviation under the low to draw in sellers and trap those sellers for a rotation back up to the high of your 3 hour range. 3 hour range, 2 hour range, whatever, 4 hour range. I don't fucking care what time frame it is on. I really don't care. But what I would say is, the bare minimum for me, that represents primary structure between here and here. This low does. And so if you're going to break this low bearishly, you've got some demand here. I wouldn't be too excited about it. But, you know, it's always good to have it on the chart because it's not like I'm going to be fucking right every time. I think it wants this low. I think it wants this low after that. And then, dude, this looks like dog shit. All of this looks like dog shit. You do have some unmitigated demand here. Let's give credit where credit is due. It lacks the removal of sell side liquidity on the bottom. I'm sorry, buy side liquidity on the bottom. Which never gives me as much confidence. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if this low had taken this low, prior to breaking this high, then that area immediately looks a hell of a lot fucking better. But that didn't happen. So there's a real possibility for XMR to collapse from here to here. Okay? It's a very real possibility. Stupid real possibility. Let's check the 15. Yeah, it looks like shit. It looks like shit unless 404 holds. You need to see 404 hold. As I get into the smaller time frames, I think to myself, I'm better with, I feel better about this zone when I look at the smaller time frames, because I just think to myself, like, your big sort of lightning bolt of market structure, in my opinion, is still here. Yeah, all I'm saying is I kind of like the idea of taking all three of these lows out and then seeing what's up with this demand. Let's do some closer investigation on that demand real quick. Yeah. I was hoping for... maybe. I do feel better about this demand now. Yeah, I do feel better about this demand now. This demand provides answers either way. It's the best demand we have underneath us, and if it doesn't hold, that's telling you something. That's giving you important information regardless, so it's a good zone to monitor. Alright, how are we doing on time? I'd like to go check in on some of the ideas I had from yesterday, and it's only 7 o'clock, so we got time. What was the shit we were looking at yesterday? Hype was one. Fucking asshole. It's fine. It's fine. We just got to talk about it. That's all. This was a perfectly acceptable place to look for a long for me, just from a range deviation perspective, right? That was a good place, and it didn't fucking work. It fucking happens. I actually got stopped out of my... I fucking better not be in this trade still. Hold, please. All of a sudden, no, I swear to God, I closed all my trades out last night. But yet I still had a moment of panic, and so I'm the only thing I'm in still is a gold long, which I've been in forever, and it somehow managed to flip back to positive. So maybe we'll go take a look at that chart later. Okay, you may have just formed a high on hype here. In which, yeah, you had your top. You broke your bottom. You've retested that range. This low is weak. Okay, let's look for demand. No, there's nothing I like in here. This could be a significant top. I mean, here's my general concern, right? We have reached a demand range, and we had to break some significant structure to get there, right? So. Yeah, let's talk about this, okay? So we hit demand, we lift to supply is supplier demand and control. Well, the chart has given us that answer. Because if demand was in control, we should have seen like a higher low for a higher high. And if that was our higher low, well, then we didn't get a higher high, we got a lower high. So I will believe this market structure here until this is the first place you can look for long. Personal opinion, this is the very first place you can look for long. I don't think it's going to work, but it's the very first place you can. For price to achieve this, two things have to happen for me. One, this low has to be touched. Two, at least this high has to be broken, but let's be honest, it's this high. And if this doesn't, this may happen, but if this doesn't, then it goes here. Like in other words, you may see a bullish response off of here, only to see further rejection to the downside. So the very first thing I'll probably be looking at is this like 1 hour order block looking thing. I don't know why y'all didn't even ask for hype. I guess I just started yapping, didn't I? Okay, no, that's a gigantic. That's 1% stop loss. It's pretty big. Was this high created by supply? Looks to be a yes. It's not the cleanest supply, so I'm not gonna pick on it. I'm not gonna force it. Y'all didn't ask for hype. I should just be brief on these charts. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin again real quick. So we are seeing, we cleaned out these lows. We hit demand. We are seeing some lift out of demand. It's happening in the wrong way. It's happening in the wrong way. In my opinion, the right way was here, here, here. Then here, then break. So as far as I'm concerned, this is still a valid trade idea. Yeah. Why does it matter so much to me that this happens before this happens? I don't think I've ever explained that. I have a personal theory on it. My theory looks like this. There's a large order that gets placed in the books. And price hits that gigantic order and partially fills that gigantic order. And then it comes up and it comes back down and fills the rest of the order, and that causes a bullish break. And that is not the evidence that I have here. So this is nothing about this is telling me to long Bitcoin. I still need above these highs to long Bitcoin, so there's that. Do you guys get anything else you want to look at, man? Thanks, Jason. That means a lot. Yeah. Let's. I'm gonna go smash through a bunch of charts real quick. There was some stuff I wanted to catch back up on. Ave, do you have anything worth talking about? No, you absolutely don't. ACH. It may be nearing the end of its life. I'd be watching your highs up here. Not much to talk about there. ADA, do we get anything to talk about? We can talk about the fact that you took out an internal swing high, and you have a poor high above you, and you haven't really broken any structure, so there's nothing to really talk about here. Yeah, well, that poor high did create a fucking high, didn't it? And so, you know, you start breaking this little, I mean, honestly, it just looks like a fucking short. Grab 3 R's and run. Honestly, risk reward isn't that great because this demand has not been mitigated, and this demand does have buy side liquidity removal prior to breaking the top. And so, yeah, target is pretty shit. That looks like a 2R, not recommended. Arrow, talk to me. I'm not interested in you. A gold, not interested. AKT, I know I was bullish in this loss, but and that zone is providing us some lift. Is there a short that we can look forward to on this? Up here there is. Up there is. But I have no idea what's going to happen above the local high on AKT. Let's look at some. Was this in a big extended range? Oh, it was. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna say AKT could continue up here, but obviously it's gonna need to clear this high. It's going to need to clear that high, and honestly, if it breaks it, I mean, looking at the larger sort of range in play here, you're at discount. If you start breaking some daily structure down here, I mean, you could say you did, or you could say you're forming a distribution. I'd prefer to lean to the side of distribution here than break of daily market structure. I think I'd much rather look at this as redistribution currently. You have to sell me on this. You have to bring me up well above this high to make me feel like you're not trying to distribute this upon my face hole. Yeah, that's kind of where it was. I'm just trying to find something interesting, guys. I'm trying to find something interesting because I'm going to tell you I'm not interested over here. So, you know, I'm not. Maybe I can get an alert here. But yeah, I'm trying to find something a little bit more interesting. AKT, we already talked about this. Algorand. Yeah, let's just find out what happens with this range. Let's not make any other assumptions on it. If I'm trading Algorand, I am only trading this range. And if I'm only trading this range, I surely can't fucking long it. Nope. And I can't short it either. So this isn't interesting to talk about. But it is hella interesting to talk about if you lose this low. Moving along. Ape. Nobody gives a shit about Ape. Bro, you got nothing to say over here. Go away. This thing. No, you got nothing to say here. APT. Bro, you better... If you put in your weekly... If you just put in your weekly high, just fucking kiss it goodbye. Kiss it goodbye. This is not a good sign. Is not a good sign. Look how long it took to put Wix above that high. That took 15 days to put Wix above that high, and then you couldn't initiate above those? Sit down, bro. Sit down, bro. This looks like evidence of redistribution post-high. There is... No, fuck that demand. It's a nice low, actually, but, no, this thing needs to go sit down. He needs to go sit down, bro. Take a seat, man. You're exhausted. It's been a long race. Go take a break, bro. What are we seeing on the ARB chart? We're seeing failure here. You guys understand why I'm worried about this over here, right? Yeah, ARB, you couldn't do it, bro. You came from the low that created this high, and you couldn't break the high. That's fucking range failure, man. Y'all wonder why I always just stab these up on range highs, just like, you know, like just arbitrarily put them there. You know why? Yeah, go sit down, bro. You're exhausted too. ARC, it's a fucking uninteresting chart. Now AR, you've made an initiation, right? You look so much more believable than some of these other charts. You look so much more believable. And you left demand behind. Right. So if you want to come back, test your prior range, you've got demand to do it in. But you're topping here. Right? Like where buyer? Where buyer? Because I could see the sellers. But where buyer? Yeah, it probably needs to go take a seat, but you don't have bearish market structure, so you don't have any business shorting it. And you're in a stupid premium setting with no reason to long this. I couldn't long it unless it touched this and held it. Next.
Showing no signs of burning out or fading away. How long do you think
Astor, you found buyers at your range low, but what are we doing? Why are we rotating this range? Right? And if you're gonna yeah, well, it actually has some demand below the range, so there's something to talk about. Yeah, there's probably something to talk about here on Astor. Maybe. But nobody cares. Nothing we can trade today. What up, run the mouth? Since we're in excess of, okay, what do we got here? Are we out of the camp on BTC sweeping that 60K low? Let's take a look, bro. It's a great question. That's a great question. Let me find a blank Bitcoin chart. Let's use a Coinbase chart. Let's go to the, whatever. Just give me. Love this question, Jason. Because I was looking at the range from here to here. Let's hope all the world for that 3-day order block right there. Let's take a look at deviation. You make a good point, Jason. You make a good point, Brad. I mean, it's a significant initiation above that high as well. You left a 3-day order block behind. My man makes a good point. Let me get the 3-day on my Bybit chart. It's essentially this, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, not essentially, motherfucker. It is that. My man, you make a good point. We are indeed outside of the deviation threshold. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I had this marked out as a 4-hour strong low, but now that I'm on the higher time frames, that's a daily low. Your answer lies in this low, and that demand, right? This demand right here, and this low, that holds your answers. If you break that demand and that low at 74,900, you have your answer. If it holds, well, you know, high is still weak. All right, this chart's a mess. Let me re-explain. get all these fucking things out of here. On your daily chart, you have a strong low. I'll get this out of the way. Go, get on the getting. And you have a weak high. Where's my little pencil tool, right? Weak high. So, all of this area is demand. And so if it holds, goodness gracious, cool, we still have a weak high. If it breaks, you just broke your strong low. And that holds your answer.
And I'm gonna make these songs experience.
So your answer to that question exists right here.
Has had that when you have that experience and you hear that song, you'll click into it and you'll know exactly what I was talking about.
Phenomenal question, though. I think that was it. Yeah, this is a... When did I throw that idea out? Swear to God. Yeah, I put that idea out yesterday. Put this idea out yesterday. Nice transition of structure here. Let's see what it did. Alright, took us up to this area of supply right here. Now we're beginning to challenge the primary upwards expansion structure as we range sideways. Challenge numero uno. Challenge numero do. Coming out of D of the mans. And you have a local shift in structure to bullish.
This is a Funk Hunters exclusive joint inside the place right now.
This expansion leg that stretches up is still in a bullish stance. Nice low formed here. Yeah, that was the appropriate target. I wonder if there's a long to be had on this. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin coming back for its weak low. Okay, well that's not gonna fucking help Adam one bit. So never mind. Might have been all she was worth right there. Buy side liquidity removal prior to attacking the low. I'm sorry, sell side liquidity removal prior to attacking the low. Makes a poor return to zone. So never mind, go sit down. AVAX. Heard some people talking about AVAX recently, and this chart looks like hot garbage to me. Pass. Banned. No. No. BCH took the high. Let's clean this thing up. Bruh. Bruh. Y'all need to give me some. I'm literally going through random charts in an effort to get a feel for the market. But y'all can take control at any point in time. Okay, so we're gonna challenge like our 4-hour low right now. Close to. I'm not gonna fucking split hairs over this stuff, right? I'm not splitting hairs over this. It's a 4-ish hour low, and you have demand right here. What's the 15 look like? What do we got for return to zone on this? Yeah, looks kind of poor. Looks pretty poor. Looks pretty poor. Yeah, there's this has to develop an entirely new range for me to want to long it. Outside of that, it's got to be clean above here to long, and until then I want to short this. Until something like this, I want to short this. Yeah, it's one of the other reasons I do it, Jason. So it gives me, it's about reps, right? It's me putting in reps. There's a shit looking high on Bohm out of, or what is this? Beam out of a chunk of supply. You're breaking some shit here. Okay, so let's look through this together, right? This is this was a range of price that went from, give me this, from here to here, and from here to here. Okay, so as you filled the high, it took you to the low that created the high. You ended up flipping some structure and you hit your LPS, your last point of supply. And then you are breaking structure off of your LPS. That is a model 2 distribution with nothing to hold you up. So target for that break that we're watching happen right now is this low. And you model 1 distributed into your LPS. Oh, I gotta turn this jam up. That's all I have for now because this low isn't broken yet. I don't think you can really develop bullish market structure. Yeah, you're not really going to develop bullish market structure between this high and this low unless it does something different. Yeah, there's a good chance you're not mitigating this. There's a good chance that this may end up looking more like this, and then a back test into this general area here. So I think we could basically copy, paste, and reset the trade concept to here, and then clean this up so it doesn't make my eyes want to vomit. Yeah, that looks like distribution, y'all. Yeah, Jason, we peaked a week again or so. Wild? Yeah, we can do wild. It's not a problem, bro. It's not a problem. If y'all are big spot holders, you need to go look at yourself in the mirror. And you need to talk about what your plan is, man. All right. So we can see that we took our lows. Not hateful. We can get rid of this. So we can look for something like a Model 1 accumulation here, right? We could look for a Model 1 accumulation here. if Model 1 accumulation, then this is your spring. Okay? My concern is you whacked off this 4-hour order block. Now, as you hit your 4-hour order block, you drew back to your last point of demand. You were not able, from your demand, to take a crack at your high again. Instead, you formed an internal high, failed your internal high, broke your internal low, tagged the low again, rotated above your internal highs, still not cracking your external high, and you shifted structure again here. Bingo. And then you did the same thing that happened here. You did again. Came down, formed a low, took your internal low, brought you back to your internal high, filled your internal high, shifted structure again, taking out your internal lows, chewing clean through your demand. And if you think this low is going to hold you, well, it's your only hope. It's your only hope. Let's put it that way. It's your only fucking hope. Your only hope is here. Got some more demand down here, but you're going to be under bearish market structure to get to it. So when I'm approaching demand under bearish market structure, all I'm hoping for is that it provides that it triggers your lower low for your lower high for your lower low. It's going to go sit down. All this stuff is, man. All this stuff is. All this stuff looks like it's going to take a seat. All right, I'm beginning to run out of time. So let's refresh perspectives on Bitcoin. Let's answer any final questions, and let's move on. Right? Let's move on. Yeah. So okay, let's get this out of the way. We're already over halfway through demand. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Let's hop back to this range. So there was a point in time before we touched this low in which I thought, okay, if we come back up to supply, let's grab a short, right? But now we have touched that low. Now we have developed new structure. Let me get back to a higher time frame. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So instead of looking for this order block here for my supply, all this can go away. Go. Get on the get and get motherfucker, get. Oh no, we already I wanted to say what we should look to next is we should look to this area as supply for a short. But unfortunately, we already mitigated it. Unfortunately, we already mitigated it. This is the concept I was just talking about. All demand did was create our lower high to bring us back to supply, or I'm sorry, our lower low to bring us back to supply for our lower high for our lower low. So I would now be looking to this, but now we're shorting in a fairly discounted setting, unfortunately. I would be looking to this range of price because I can see that in the event we take this high, we're returning 10-minute market structure to bullish, and that is going to be a strong indication that price is going to want this high. So this is going to be hands-off day for me, guys, because this is where I would short out of next, and I'm shorting out of demand. no bueno for me. No bueno for me. This is likely going to be a completely hands-off day for me. I'll chew through some altcoins later and see if I can find something that makes a little bit more sense to get our hands on. Bitcoin is in, it's inside of a 4-hour order block. It still has a weak high. It still has a strong low somewhere, wherever the fuck it was. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to that daily. Yeah, it still has a daily strong low here. I don't want to short when it's in demand. I don't want to short when it's in demand. As much as I feel like this is what's going to happen, it does not meet my risk profile. So I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I didn't run through NQ, so we should do that, man. We should do that. That's kind of wild, man. Looks great. It looks great, dude. I mean, there's no point in looking left. There's nothing over there, right? Only clue that NQ's ever going to give me is climbing is a divergence, right? You get a daily order block underneath us. We have initiated from it. We have not mitigated it. You got to break structure to get there, though. Moving through phases, cases. What mixtape is this? I haven't heard this in forever. I dig this shit. As it stands right now, there's just no risk reward in this, though. You know what I mean? There's something about this order block right here, this little 3-minute thing that excites me. But man, you're gonna have to use some really low time frame stuff to get there, or you're not gonna have any risk reward. Now, see, that's already been mitigated. I just watch it go up and to the right. It's incredibly bullish right now, and I would just watch it go up and to the right. I would not, if I could, I wouldn't. Even if I could, I wouldn't trade this. Yeah, this 45 in here. This 45 with the sell side, buy side liquidity removal. It's a neat zone, but see if I had massive stacks of NQ shares, all I would do right now is sell them. All right, man. I need to post this chart. I need to post this chart. All right, y'all. Hey, you know what I forgot to do yesterday? I forgot to tell you guys I love you and I'm rooting for you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Does that run on dominance put BTC around that 74K low? Run on dominance. The U.S. tether dominance. Does that put it near the 74K low? Let's take a look. $74K low. Let's do it differently. Let's go here. 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 Let's go to the daily. Let's go here. Let's go to the daily. Yes. Yes. Yes, my answer to that is yes. Yeah, my answer is yes. All right, man. It's been a pleasure. See you guys tomorrow for some, I don't know, study session.